Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about OP08. Charlotte put in the purple yellow leader. We're going to be talking about the strengths, the weakness, the gameplay, and the game style. Whether you should be taking this deck serious, is this a good deck? Is this a meta call? And whether or not you should take this deck to a regional or a treasure cup. Let's get into it.
Bloodhaven boys.
First off, so I've been playing this deck ever since it came out. I started off playing a Charlotte Linlen structure deck leader. It felt better than Katakuri in a moment. Pudding is no different, but the advantage that Pudding has, that it has purple cards, so Pudding can truly ramp. I put together a list here to show you guys some text and some strategies. Like, all in all, most of the idea still remains the same. The game plan has always been to ramp faster than your opponent and just go back to back 10 mom, and you use the 9 moms for like removal of annoying, like, specific cards in specific matchups. So as you can see, we're running 2 Bon Clays. Bon Clay is really not necessary if you don't have Bon Clays. You can legit run the 3-drop event. Let me pull it up real quick. All right, it's called It's a Die For. The only difference is Bon Clay provides you with a counter. The idea is still the same. It's still the exact same. You just want to ramp faster than your opponent, and Bon Clay just happened to be a cool card. We're doing 4 category. That's mandatory. In order to do the strategy to play on curve, your opponent, if you go first and you swing and you reveal your life, if your opponent swings and puts you down to 3 life, you always take the first swing if you have Katakuri, because on the next one you can play face it down, and then when you swing with your leader, Katakuri will also ramp, then you'll re-ramp with your leader, and that is like essentially you just ramp twice in one turn. And usually if you go first, you'll be on the following turn you'll be at 10 dons, and that's big mom right there. This is a new tech I've been playing. I started off playing 4 Bon Clay, but I cut Bon Clay down to 2 because I want to run Brule. Brule is so good because you want to replace anything you take out of this deck, you want to replace it with another card that can ramp. And Brule just happened to be a big mom pirate. She's also searchable with the We're Going to Claim the One Piece, one cost event, and put it. So usually if you're going second, you might want to keep the purple for cost Brule, or you're looking for either Brule, Bon Clay, and you always Viola. If you went first or second, you always keep Viola. Viola is the heart and soul of the strategy because Viola helps you to re-flip your life face down, and then she's also a blocker. Most times when you do that, you block. As soon as you use Viola to turn your life face back down, and your opponent's turn come back around, just block. Just use the blocker, get the value, stay healthy, and it makes it easier in your late game when you can afford to take damage. 2 moms just to remove specific things in specific matchups, like you might want to remove a 5 cost smoker that does banish. You want to remove cards like 5 cost Cavendish, and just annoying cards that really hinder your strategy. You don't have to remove everything. Like, certain cards you just leave there. Like, maybe if you want to preserve life, you could remove the new 4 cost yes, Basil Hawkins, this guy. If you want to remove him because you don't want to lose life, those kind of annoying cards. Every other card, you do not have to give your opponent a life. It is never always calls for it. We play 2 Onami here because this is our draw power. This is how we get rid of our bricks. We don't play that many bricks, but in certain instances, you want to filter out your hand, and she's a blocker. Always it comes up nice, Viola. We play 1 Flampe, the 2K counter. This card is in here. At first I used to play it at 2, but I bump it back down to 1 because we're in OP10 now. This, as you can see, none of these cards are from OP10. It's all OP8 cards that OP9 cards that you've been using. OP10 hasn't blessed Big Mom with any new cards or any new strategy. However, I will go over some things that you could do different that I'm doing that also is good. Course, 4 put in, 4 searcher, Parasparrow. At first I was playing 3 Parasparrow because between Parasparrow, put in, and We're Going to Claim the One Piece, you're looking at about 12 searchers to 13, 14. But I cut this down because reason being because your gameplay into Blackbeard is a little tougher. So I went ahead and put in the Soul Pocus. Soul Pocus is so good because in an instance like when you're dealing with 5 life leaders like Shanks, and just the difficult ones, you can always, if you hit Soul Pokes off a trigger, feel like you robbed them of a life, so you get more value of 7 mom and 10 mom, and that type of thing. And like when they trash life, it makes it easy on your 9 mom, so when you give them a life, you don't feel like you're fighting an uphill battle. We'll go over that some more. For 10 mom, this is the win con. You just ramp faster, play 10 mom. Basic opponent, because basic opponent is just basic opponents. You hit this off trigger, you stun your opponent, it comes up. Sanji. At first I was at 3 Sanjis, but then I realized that sometimes Sanji comes up in a pinch where like you want to keep the trigger count very high, and Sanji's one of those triggers that can hinder your opponent's plan, because Sanji out of life, everybody know a blocker out of life is just so good. Onami, I cut Onami down to 3 because at first I was playing 4 and 4, and I wasn't playing Brule at first, because then I wanted to fit more space for Soul Pocus. It's just you don't have to cut it. You don't have to play Soul Pocus. I like Soul Pocus because it's good into aggro decks also, because you're also cheating them out of a life, and you make it tougher on them when it's time for you to drop your big bodies. We're at 2-7 moms. This is just like mid game. Sometimes you just need a big body to drop on the field, and it applies so much pressure. This I was also playing this at 3. Just for full transparency, I wasn't playing Brule at first, and I wasn't playing Onami, and I was playing multiple Flampeys, 2 Flampeys, but we have to make cuts to fit in Soul Pocus and still maintain the strat. And then you play the 4 Searcher. This card is just broken. This card searches 2 types of cards, Animal Pirates and Big Mom Pirates, so you just play it. The 0 cost event, because sometimes Soul Pocus could be a brick, 7 mom could be a brick late game, and you just want to have Parasparrow, same thing. You just want to have like a way to get value off this card. And then 3 Soul Pocus. So we're at 51. So things that you can do different. I don't think this deck plays very good with removal. There's also that 6 cost removal that you can search. What's it called? Yes, it's called Haki Ocean Severity. That word is hard. But yeah, this card can KO up to 2 of your opponent's character cost 6 or lower for 6 dons. It's not a bad call. I've seen a few people play it. It's really not a bad call. I don't think that this deck wants to pay 2 dons until after you already establish Big Mom, because if you already established Big Mom, now you're just playing like Big Mom control with removal game and whatnot, which is perfectly fine. But I don't want this card to come up and it doesn't have a trigger. I don't want to have this card in my hand and be dead. But I guess like you could revamp the whole deck and make it a little different if you want to go with that strategy. So there's also you can play more Brules, you can play more Bonclays. But the reason why I cut those back into these specific numbers is because Blackbeard is also a matchup, and you can't just bank everything into one strat and then hope. All right, so far this list has been doing really good into Shanks. It's very easy into Shanks, especially when you go first. You feel like you're in full control of that game. Shanks. Our worst matchup might be a few aggro, and Blackbeard is hard if you do not see multiple moms or multiple ramps. Blackbeard, you have to have ramp cards, so they're probably gonna start using Blackbeard's leader effect by the time you get to 6 dons, because they don't want you to get value off the Katakuri, and that's why we brought in the Charlotte Brule, so we can still get that ramp. Yeah, that's really the strat with Blackbeard. Purple Luffy is also a problem, because Purple Luffy that's also purple deck that ramps also ramp rapidly, like at the same speed as you, or if not faster, so they can put out multiple bodies and play a little faster. So Purple Luffy, you definitely need to win the die roll. If you don't, it's going to be an uphill battle. It's not impossible, but I think it's more favored for them when you play against Purple Luffy. What else? Let's talk Bonnie. You can beat Bonnie. Bonnie's just a little annoying when they hit God Curve. And it has to be God Curve. When I say God Curve, it has to be Cavendish, Hody Jones, 8-drop Kid. If they don't have those specific cards, like in that specific order, you can win. Because and they have to have that, and you have to only see 1 to none big of your 10-drop moms. If you see multiple big moms, you'll be fine, because you can also go back-to-back mom, and back-to-back mom threatens 8-drop Kid, because you're going 12 into Kid that demands a blocker or demands 3 cards out of their hand to protect it. So if you can go back-to-back mom, you can still fight against Bonnie. Bonnie is still annoying because even if you get 2 moms, you swing with 1, they're gonna rest the other one with the leader effect, but it is what it is. So yeah, so Shanks and Purple Luffy and Blackbeard. Oh yeah, let's talk about Blackbeard a little bit more. So the Blackbeard matchup is a little hard. But that's only due to the reason because if you don't see double ramp, if you see double ramp is not hard to see in this deck. However, is double ramp and getting your 10 moms. If you get double ramp 10 mom, you should be fine. There's also a strat where they play the Jesus Burgers. They play them and just never swings with them and just keep them there on the field. And because we're not playing any removal, but not every list don't play removal. So, so you have that advantage where your opponent don't really know what your list is or exactly what you're trying to do with your list, because some lists run the seven called Sanji that rests in swing. So you can rest their block like this guy right here. So that's your advantage that can be built in multiple ways. This deck do get a power boost again in OP11, because then we get like another 10 mom with rush. We get another a drop category. I think it's a purple one, but that's for the future. So right now let's get into some gameplay. Okay, all right, so against Boa we definitely want to go first with a hand like this, because we have Viola. You might want to keep. So you might want to keep, but you don't necessarily have to. But let's mulligan to see what we get. All right, we still got Viola, because we already know their strategy. They're gonna try to like remove your stuff, and so what helps with this matchup is like back-to-back 10 moms do like make it a little hard for them. So I'm just gonna go 6 swing reveal Onami. So we got removal on our life already. So we'll ramp 1, then we'll play Viola and turn our life face down. This matchup is a little bit more easier. It wasn't the hardest, but it's a little bit more easier because Jinbei is no longer in the game. So when they do it, you just block, take the value, and go. All right. I won't be surprised if next turn, if he just blocks with this when we swing. But this is perfect because we have Katakuri. You see how you get to the ramp to get to 10, but you're always sometimes in a position where, look at this. You're in a position where you're like, no 10 mom, like, but you have the ramp. And this is some of the problems that the deck does have, the deck does struggle with, because now we go Katakuri, use ramp. And we're basically at 8 down. We're basically at 10 down the next turn, but no mom is present. But it's a trade-off we're willing to take. Because right now, I'm guessing because it's a blue deck, you got to play around put-in. And you also know he's holding down his red rocks. So we'll take this because we want to just get rid of this blocker because it's free. Wow, he's running a... Alright, 10 dots. So now we're definitely going to see a 10 mom. We'll take it because I guess that's our win con. Let's go down Katakuri, just use it, and then we're just gonna swing heavy here. Whatever they swing at us next turn, we don't have to reveal our life right now because we're already at 10. They're in a position where if they take this life, they're gonna be at too much cards, so they won't be able to draw off their leader ability. So that there definitely was gonna counter out. That was an easy read. Here, oh nice, this is a different build. We should this is a beige component, yeah, so we should get out of here. So we should go 2 and a 1 resolve. All right, and then we can go 5 to leader, don't have to do anything here, and they took, so we get to rob them for 2 lives this turn. Here's where we get red rock, but it's fine. But you see how like when you're so far ahead on your opponent, he can't bounce, he's gonna quit. You can only bounce a cost 5 with this guy. I play Usopp too. We'll take this one, why not? And let's take this one, why not? All right, so now we can go this second 10 mom. Now we have to get cards out of our hands because put-in is a real card. Okay, then we'll go 5 here. Oh, I gotta put him on 0. I didn't think about that. All right, so 10 mom is basically gonna put him on 0. Oh, yikes, 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 yikes. We just might get put in, but let's do it. Here and 1. I guess we'll get a 9 mom. Move the page forward here, and just put them on. If they red rock us or put in us, then they just lose because we're going to go 10 mom and leader should be enough. So this game is pretty much over unless they play like 4 blockers. But even then, our board is too much pressure here. I used to love this card back in the day, Sables from the structure deck. I knew it was, yeah, this is from the structure deck. I used to play, my first deck when I joined the game was Crocodile. Yeah, this game is over. Let's see if we can get one more game in. All right, let's try Sanji because I want to see, because Sanji has like a nice aggro aspect to it. And against aggro decks, you keep, you know that 10 mom is not going to be an option because you might not make it that far. So like, as you can see here, we have to just pass up on the 10 mom and just get whatever. Going first against Sanji is also critical because you want that first swing, because their first swing is probably going to be their leader and another character that they gave rush to. So we're going to start with 5 here, use reveal. We got a searcher and a Onami draw card. This hand is pretty nice for this match because our next move is definitely going to be the Viola and a searcher. So, and then Katakuri is going to set us up, and Katakuri is a big enough character where I can fight back against Sanji characters or whatever he plays to give rush. Oh, there we go. He takes the damage. All right, so we go Viola, flip life face down, play searcher, and woof. Yeah, let's just take this. All right, yeah, we'll take put in because when we gain a life off of when we gain a Dawn off of Katakuri, the active Dawn we can use put in for a search. So if he swings cheap with leader, we'll just counter, and then whatever his next character is that he plays to possibly give it rush, we'll probably block with that. Because in my Sanji list is usually the 3 calls Zoro from the structure deck that when it gets a Dawn, it gets an extra K. This is what usually comes out here, but then again, it's OP10 and like the structure deck cards came out, so things might be a little different. You see what I'm saying? Yep, it is a little different, but he needs 2 Dawns here, so we're just gonna go ahead and block to get the value and get up out of there. If we don't block next turn, he puts 2 Dawns on it, and then it's like we did all that for nothing. Okay, there we go. All right, this is perfect. In this matchup, you don't really want 10 mom. You just want like mid range. Like we might play hard play Sanji if we have now we're probably gonna be at 10 Dawn, so we're probably gonna do 9 mom the following turn after this Katakuri turn. Yeah, that's probably the move. Use ramp, and let's see if we get. We're gonna be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're at 10 Dawns. So I think we can get 7 mom. The whole time it probably was so poke. It could have been at either or, because like none of these characters are essentially going to be played, because now we're hoping for him to drop like a 6 cost character like a Wapple or something that gives us real value. We only use 9 mom for cards that actually threaten the board, like maybe the rush, the Zoro. This is one he has in a trash. Like if he plays one of these, maybe one of these we want to move to his life because this thing floats into another character. So as you can see, not every deck you want to use 9 drop mom's second effect. Sometimes you just play it and just that's what it is. Probably he's thinking about how he can minus Katakuri down to 4K. There are those I saw this bill online where they're playing Raise Max, Gordon's and stuff a minus and just get value, but I don't see how she gets the Dawns if they do that. So you see, like right here, like when he gives this rush, if he does, we're going to have to put this to the bottom of his life and just deal with it later, because we don't. Then again, like if I had a 10 mom, I'll probably would have swung at this. Like I don't care, because essentially giving him letting him float into another body so I can get an extra life, I'm fine with that. So we'll take this because it's 7 and 10 mom. Still no 10 mom. But we do get counter. So here you want to put that, the base first, and then the Sanji in case the trigger comes back around. We want it in that order. We want to stop him and then block him. Alright, leader's going to swing for 5, and we're probably just going to counter out with Onami. Yeah, just to... Oh my god, I'm fast clicking and it clicked. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The Apple mouse always gets me. All right, so here we want to go 5 to life because he's not 5. Let's do 6. I want the 2K out of his hands. And we'll probably swing, if he's probably going to take the 7. Here we go. He's probably going to take the 7, and then we'll just move the Zoro to his life. What should he do? I think he should, yeah, him taking it is fine because we're just going to minus. I want to drop this A drop mom next turn, so I'll probably pitch this, gain a life, and I'll put this to the bottom of the life. All right, we'll just, because like now he's on 8. Oh, this is heavy on a straw hat build. I haven't been seeing much straw hat builds. I've been seeing like people been playing like a bunch of like, I guess, red good stuff. Well, I'm glad he used the Dawn, so we know he's not gonna Dragon us or Silver Rayleigh us. Dragon would be hot. This Nico Robin is getting no value at all. What did he? He got the Structured X Sanji. This is a new Sanji. Choose out the one of your Straw Hat type character with a power of 6K or more. During this turn, your opponent may not block when it attacks. I'm pretty sure this is just a 2K counter. This is just a 2K counter. Yep, there the guy go. Wapol, man. This card is nuts. I like this card. I really do like this card. This card is really nuts. We're gonna take this because I'm trying to force him to swing. Oh, he did not swing with it. So now we really don't have a dilemma. Should we just... The answer is clearly 10 mom. I don't know why I'm just playing around like it ain't 10 mom. Because if he takes the 7 and the 9, the answer is 10 mom. If he gives me 2 card, I might just put the Wapol in his life. There's no way he does. If he get, okay, there we go. So if he doesn't counter out of 7, he's not countering out of 9. There we go. And 10 mom here. Gain trash. Oh, he plays choppers. All right, you gotta be careful when you get to this point, because this point is where it gets tricky with the what's that guy? Goldie Rogers, but Goldie Rogers doesn't matter because one, we don't have any blockers and we have 4 life. So if he just goes all the life, we'll just take all the damages and be like, the Goldie Rogers is kind of like ineffective right now. But yeah, the only thing we're probably gonna try to save, if anything, is the 9 mom, because 9 mom and 10 mom and leader is basically game. So we'll probably let him have the Katakuri. Oh, that is the strap. Minus it by 2K, but that's still not enough because this thing KO's only a 4K. So you gotta have another way. Oh, there we go, Brooke. Okay, so he's gonna try to minus 2 and another 2. That's 4. So minus 4. So 9 minus 4 is 5. So still not enough. So he'll probably try to minus Katakuri and mom. Then he'll try to swing into mom again. Try to swing into mom again and minus Katakuri again. That's what I would do. I'll go Brook into Katakuri, minus this and mom. He didn't have to do this. This is just greedy. Why why would he think he can take down 10 mom? Yeah, this is greedy. Now you have no blocker. This is the end of the game. You could have just finished these 2 guys up. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the damage. One, as you can see, we have the counter, but 1 trigger is just gonna ruin his day. But it is what it is. You did so much to minus 6K, and then you probably minus again with Wapol, and then you'll try to... Yeah, you're asking for too much. I'm just going to wait till you swing at 9 mom, and then I'm going to counter out. This is going to be 9K into... And it's probably going to... He's probably going to minus the 10 mom. This is just greedy, like... But then again, he probably doesn't have... See? Minus 2K more, yeah. Then we're just gonna protect this. Let's do 7, do the 3, trash 7 mom. Cause I still want to keep the 9 mom in case I'm about to go crazy. Alright, what do you got? This. Who else need attack? Leader. Nah, let's stay afloat. I didn't have to, but I'm just. I guess he killed the big mom off principle, so that's something. I don't know what you think he was gonna do with that. Ooh, let's just troll, cause 9. Let's go 10. Give me all 2Ks, or just let it go. There we go. We'll go 7 leader. Then we just gonna slap all. Yeah. 1. Yeah, this how most games go. Like you just, it's so much pressure when you land, when you get to 10 so fast, and then you just drop a big body. It's just so hard for your opponents to keep up. Let me see if I can squeeze one more match in. All right, this is a good match against another ramp leader. All right, they are all obviously going first. We are going second. The banish do make things awkward. Yeah, they always do this first. I think there is a strategy to, like, I guess. No. Oh my god, I clicked the wrong card. It's fine. Screw it. My mouse is so sensitive and it's throwing my gameplay off. Let's go swing ramp. Use. Okay, we got that. Okay, so if we take the banish ramp. So here's where they usually play the 6 cost girl. I think I'll counter this because I want them to banish. I want them to trash with the girl. Yeah, this girl right here. I want them to trash that. All right, so now I can go 5. Is it 5? Hold on, let me think here. I'm at 8. So let's go 5 to leader. Ah, trigger. No. Okay, what does do? Draw 2, trash 1. Let's go 7 to leader. This copy. That's fine. That's fine. Perfectly fine. They'll probably give us a life here. There we go. All right. Now I'm just gonna try to apply pressure. Oh my gosh, this card. I do not want them to banish, so I'll counter. Yeah, I'll take this one. Okay. Draw. There is a world where. Oh my god, let's see what we get first. This was not good. I guess we can gain 1 more life. Let's see. If we're gonna gain life, let's gain it off of mom. Do that. Gain a life and do not give them anything because we're gonna go here. 5 to life. They're probably gonna. Wow. I'm going for game. So here. Wow. Just broken. Oh, this card works in this leader too. Oh no, that is the Nico Robin card. Yeah, your trigger is just insane. We'll take this. Like this banish is throwing me off. I guess we'll protect. Oh yeah, we're going for game here now. All right, so let's go 11. That means if they have the 1 cost event, oh yeah, we're just gonna go for it here. Show me the money. 13. Yeah, here we go. So GG's, man. Good game. So this is how a lot of games are gonna go. I wish I had an opportunity to find like a Blackbeard player, but essentially that's the gameplay, man. You just ramp, and then you're gonna see between the ramp. You're gonna see between what's this 4, 2-6, and 2-8. You're gonna see one of these big bodies. If not, Katakuri and is just like the biggest you're gonna get. Pause. And that's gonna be like a 7K beater. And amongst those are all utility cards, like the draw cards, the look at your opponent's life cards, your blockers, your pseudo searchers, and more searchers. So this is where I think the deck's power level caps out as just a ramp deck. So if your opponent has like a sticky type of deck where characters stick, it could be a little harder to beat. So decks like Bonnie are harder, but I promise you Bonnie's not that hard, because by the time they play their kid, you'll have your second mom out and you should be fine, because even if you don't see a second mom, this puts Cavendish in life. Smoker is a little bit more tricky, because Smoker on their 5, they can play the 5-call Smoker and they get 3 Dons back, so they can also play a Tashigi. And then Tashigi is going to be a little sticky, but it's easier to beat Smoker than Bonnie. Here you guys have it. You guys can check out the list for everyone that it was in the comment section that was asking to see the put in list. This is what it looks like. So yeah, peace.